Good morning. This is the Great Basin Smoke Dispersion Briefing for Wednesday, January 20th. Precipitation the past 7 days, again, quite dry across most of the geographic area. Little to no precip from the Snake River Plain on southwards until you get down into central Arizona. We did have some light precip amounts, about a half inch or so across some of the higher terrain of Idaho and western Wyoming, but not much at all, and still even below normal for this time of year on the right-hand side, and drastically drier than normal conditions continue for the southern half of the Great Basin. Showing our drought conditions, latest drought, we are in the highest level of exceptional drought, now covering just about all of our Utah area or Arizona Strip and into eastern Nevada as well. Extreme drought continues further on westwards across most of Nevada. Everywhere else, still indicating some sort of dryness, at least abnormally dry. And that goes into the mountains of central Idaho, which have been our wettest areas so far this season, but still not as wet as they should be. So we're either a little drier than normal to extremely drier than normal. Some very light snowfall, just 1 to 3 inches, where you see the light shades of blue here across our geographic area. Heavier amounts further to the south and east, and very heavy amounts across Colorado. Snow cover. Again, the deepest snowpack, 30 to maybe 40 inches, which is about normal for this time of year, is across the higher terrain of Idaho and western Wyoming, and probably there in those areas, probably a shade below normal, and then drastically below normal snowpack elsewhere in the higher terrain of Idaho and in Utah and Nevada. We can see that a little bit better on our snow water equivalent. Even up in Idaho, they have roughly 70 to 80, maybe some spots near 90% of their normal snowpack. No one is above normal. Western Wyoming, 80%, and you get down into Utah, and you can see that we're basically near 50%, even below 50, where you see the red here across the higher terrain of southern Utah and into the parts of the areas that approach the Tahoe region. So very low snowpack, something we'll have to monitor if this trend continues as we approach fire season. We do see a change in the short term, a deep low pressure area off the Baja coast, pushing up tons of moisture, and another storm system now pushing into the Pacific Northwest. We'll see how it all plays out later this afternoon. There's some moisture across Southern California with that low, pushing into parts of the Arizona Strip, and moisture pushing into the Pacific Northwest. Still a dry ridge of high pressure nosing in here by those tannish shades you see through there across Nevada. You can see the ventilation index on the right-hand side. White to yellow is the best dispersion. Everywhere else is limited, and it's limited because of the light winds across the area. Also low mixing heights given by the darker blue shades. Only good mixing heights will be in extreme south. Things start changing on Thursday. Low pressure off the Pacific Northwest will deepen. You see more expansive moisture pushing into Idaho and western Wyoming precipitation. We see a bit more white in the map, yellow, less of that purple as it starts to retreat. Winds start picking up a little bit out of the southwest ahead of that trough here across Nevada. Here on the left-hand side, you see those greenish shades, 10 to 20 mile an hour winds. Mixing heights start to improve a little bit, as you would expect with a low pressure trough. Now on Friday, that low pressure trough is well underway, finally getting some precipitation into central to southern parts of the area, especially into Utah, and more so as you head further north into our northern areas. You see that ventilation really improving from west to east. The area in white really expands. And part of that is because of the strong winds. See those winds here in the purple, gusts of over 40 miles per hour coming out of the south with that front. Mixing heights also improving quite a bit. The Utah Clearing Index, porous today, gradual improvement from southwest to northeast as we go through the next couple days and culminating on the best day being Friday. Precipitation over the next 3 days. This is Wednesday morning through Saturday morning. You can see light to locally moderate amounts finally covering a larger area, and also parts of our southern areas of southwest Utah, parts of Nevada. They could use a lot more. They could use some of this deeper moisture and heavier rain that's in Arizona and Southern California. I'll have to wait on that. Saturday, still the remnants of that low and moisture across the eastern Great Basin, drier air pushing into the west. You can see excellent clearing index and good ventilation. Next storm system pushing into the Pacific Northwest on Sunday, so the pattern is more active, better dispersion, more precipitation pushing into the region on Monday. From south to north, this could be another good light to moderate precipitation event. Lingering on Tuesday, another storm system off the California coast. I'll have to watch that one and see if it stalls out or if it will try to move inland. Precipitation, this will be late Saturday into early Tuesday. Best amounts again over southern areas and starting to push into the Arizona Strip, into Vegas, and more so into southern Utah. So much needed moisture, and northern areas, Idaho and western Wyoming, getting a break from the precip as the main storm track stays mostly to their south. The 8 to 14 day outlook shows near normal to slightly cooler than normal temperature. That's a change from the last several weeks, and also a wetter than normal pattern that stretches from Pacific Northwest and pushes into at least the northern half of the Great Basin, but this time covering the western Great Basin as well and pretty far south. So that is some good news, but we can use some of that moisture further south and east. This concludes our briefing. Have a great day.